Operation Spectre Rising is winding down here as we only have a few weeks left until we transition into Operation 5 here in Black Ops 4. But in these final few weeks of Spectre Rising, we've still got a lot of content left up on deck when breaking down what all is left on the roadmap and also what we've seen via some recent leaked in-game files. We've got new characters, new maps, and even some new weapons that have still yet to be introduced into the game, alongside quite a bit of other content as well. And with just about 21 days left before this operation expires, these closing weeks theoretically should be filled with a ton of content updates. And today we're taking a look at everything we are still missing here in Operation Spectre Rising. What's up guys, Zach or Immortal here, welcome back to the channel, and as always, thanks for stopping by. If you are new here or if you're not already subscribed to the channel, I am always covering the newest updates and latest leaks and rumors whenever they arise, so if you are trying to stay up to date with everything going on in the world of Call of Duty, this is the place to be, so definitely hit that sub button if that's your thing. And of course, if you guys enjoy the video, feel free to drop a like rating on it, as it does really help out. And now let's get into everything we have left for Operation Spectre Rising and the Days of Summer event here in BO4. So, as I mentioned in the intro, we've got right around 3 weeks left until Operation 5 commences, and Spectre Rising will just be a thing of the past. But in those 3 weeks, we know for sure a brand new title update is coming with the 1.19 update, and that will most likely land on the 25th. Meaning we've got tomorrow, the 18th, and then also July 2nd, that'll sort of just be filler weeks, if you will. But here's the thing, pretty much all of the content we are talking about here today that is still MIA does not have a confirmed release date, with the exception of one major feature in specific, that of course being contracts. Now, out of everything we will discuss here today, contracts is probably the biggest feature we'll see come to the game over the course of the next few weeks, and per Treyarch's update briefing regarding the Days of Summer and 1.18 updates, we know that contracts will be coming with the next major update, aka 1.19, in late June, which to me all but officially confirms that the 1.19 update and the contract system will be going live on Tuesday, July 25th. I suppose the 18th could also be considered in this equation as well, but to me, the 18th still does kind of feel like the middle of June in my opinion, and if the update were to go live on the 25th, that gives us 2 weeks exactly before Operation 5 goes live, which does line up with the standard timeline of how things are normally spaced out. Now, as far as the contracts themselves go, well, so far we've seen one major teaser showing off what the contract system is going to be like. And, well, as you guys can see, so far it does seem to be a little lackluster. I did make a whole video going over the contracts earlier this week, and, well, long story short, this preview image here leaves very little to be excited for unless this is the absolute bare minimum of what we can expect. Hopefully, when the actual system goes live, we'll see some big improvements. Otherwise, I could see the contract system being chalked up as yet another big disappointment. So far, the rewards featured for these contracts are, well, bad, to say the least. For winning 10 domination games, you'd end up earning a whopping 1000 XP and one whole reserve case, and there's no guarantee that that reserve case will be duplicate protected, meaning you could essentially spend 2 to 3 hours winning 10 domination games only to get 1000 XP and a duplicate sticker you've already earned 11 other times. In the wise words of the internet, this ain't it, chief. Instead of minimal amounts of XP in simple reserve cases, ideally this contract system will give us direct ways to earn things like the Mark II weapons and various mastercrafts, and of course, and probably most important of all, DLC weapons such as the S6 Stingray, the Peacekeeper, etc, etc. Something along the lines of, win 100 games in 1 week and earn yourself the new Locust sniper rifle, I think would go over far better than win 10 domination games and get 1 case and 1000 XP. But regardless, thoughts and feelings aside, the contract system is still missing, but most likely it'll be coming on the 25th with the 1.19 update. Aside from that, let's briefly turn to the Spectre Rising roadmap before jumping into our leaks, where, in all reality, most of the remaining content that is really intriguing actually lies. On the multiplayer side of things, we've only got one main thing left on the roadmap, that being Hacienda Twilight, another variant map, similar to what we've seen in the past with Seaside Sunset, Contraband Hurricane, etc, etc, and these maps of course keep the core map the same, but change the overall aesthetic. Now, these kind of quote-unquote new maps have been a pretty hot topic ever since they were first introduced, with the main argument being these aren't really new maps. But regardless of that, Hacienda Twilight is still missing, and I would say most likely we'll see it introduced alongside contracts with the 1.19 update, but there is also a chance it comes to the game this week or even on July 2nd with the weekly playlist updates, but for that we're really just going to have to wait and see. My money though is on the 25th. Moving on over to Blackout, once again here we only have one main subject of discussion left up on deck, that being the addition of some new weapons. And this is definitely an update that I think will come with the 1.19 patch, just because it is a little more game-changing than some of the other things we've already discussed. Now, I would assume that the new weapons in question here are the Tiger Shark light machine gun and the Vendetta sniper at the very least, but at the same time, obviously we do have the Peacekeeper, Locust ballistic knife, and the S6 Stingray all available in the reserves. So I am very interested in seeing if those weapons will also make their way into Blackout in the near future, or if it'll just be the standard contraband tier weapons that get added in, like what we have seen in the past. Then, rounding out the roadmap over in Zombies, here we've got a bit more content still missing, including the Gauntlet leaderboards and hard mode gauntlets, and these features, honestly, I would say could come to the game really at any time now. I wouldn't say these updates would necessarily have to be bundled with a new title update, like some of the other aforementioned features we've discussed here today, but in addition to the Gauntlet related updates, we somehow still also have not heard anything about Zombies factions. Now, this was a feature that was missing at launch, and missing during First Strike, and Absolute Zero, and Grand Heist, and thus far, despite Treyarch saying that factions would be coming to the game during Operation 4, aka Spectre Rising, we haven't heard any mention of the feature at all since that tweet saying that the feature is planned for release within this operation. So, will Zombies factions finally come to Black Ops 4 within the next 3 weeks? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. No, in all seriousness though, I wish I had the slightest clue as to what exactly is going on here, but man, I just gotta say, for you Zombies fans out there, I really do feel bad for you because this mode is just really fallen apart over the course of BO4 so far. Hopefully though, DLC 3 and DLC 4 can pick things up at least a little bit. Now though, let's move on to the leaks where, as I mentioned, this is really where a lot of the more high value content stems from, but with these leaks being, well, leaks, one, I'm not able to show any of the content itself on the screen, but I will link Josh Woocool's Twitter down below if you guys would like to go and check this stuff out for yourselves. And two, leaked content can be placed into the game files months in advance, so it is very possible that some of this content doesn't even come to the game during Spectre Rising. But nonetheless, I will be highlighting some of the best stuff here that we should be seeing in the near future. First and foremost here, we've got a SOG Mark II variant coming, and this could very well be a part of a new bundle, perhaps if we see the Great Lion return sometime soon, or it could simply be a new item shop edition a little further on down the road. We also have a leaked melee weapon called the Rising Tide, and I would assume this weapon will be introduced via a new triple play, much like how we saw the Demo Hammer introduced a little while back. Just hopefully this time around we aren't forced to pay $28 primarily for a melee weapon. In addition to that, we also saw 2 brand new bundles featured in these leaked files, each containing a brand new weapon bribe alongside 10 reserve crates, and also new specialist outfits for Zero as well as Battery. Now, seeing as both of these bundles do contain 10 crates and also a weapon bribe alongside a specialist outfit each, I would assume both of them are going to be pretty expensive if they are introduced into the shop, but maybe, just maybe, there is a slight chance that these bundles are actually contract rewards, which would be my personal preference, I'm not gonna lie, but honestly, I'm not getting my hopes up there. Then, rounding out things in terms of the most prominent leaks, we've also got the Sergei Blackout character, who was leaked via an image that also showcased 4 bundle crates, so I would assume we'll see Sergei as a new item shop character in the near future too, and by the way, Sergei is 100% confirmed as coming during this operation, since he was featured in the original reveal trailer. All of that said though, and that is everything we are currently missing within Operation Spectre Rising here in Black Ops 4, and that is effectively going to wrap things up for today. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like rating on it, and of course if you are brand new here to the channel and you want to stay up to date with everything Call of Duty related, feel free to hit that sub button and turn on your post notifications, that way you'll always know when a new video goes live. As always, be sure to use code IMMORTAL on all G Fuel, Control Freak, and Respawn products. All links there can be found down below. And once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.